Welcome back, my friends. Welcome back to sexy ICEWIND Dale, where we are now in Kaldahar, waiting for our good old friend Lester to be resurrected. But first we have to talk to this fine gentleman here, Brother Gus.
It shall be done.
Welcome, friend. I am Brother Gus, faithful servant of Ilmathar. Be at peace, for you are in the care of the one who endures. Greetings, I am in need of a healer. Could you help me? Ah, blessed are those in need. You've come to the right place, friend. Reverend Sister Kaliana can tend to your wounds and provide what few curatives we have left in our humble temple. You may find her at the prayer upon the altar. What few curatives you have left? Don't tell me you're running out. I'm afraid so. The good people of Kuldahar have suffered greatly of late. In sharing their burdens, we have nearly exhausted our supply of potions and antidotes. Though I heard tell that one might find such items elsewhere in town. Really, where? The gnome Oswald Fiddlebender is known to dabble in alchemy. He lives in that contraption on the ridge above this temple. It is also rumored that Orek, the mage, possesses certain arcane items. He's a bit of a recluse, though. He lives in a small tower on the far side of town to the west. Thank you for your information. Goodbye. So someone can heal us, and that's our sister here. Sister Kaliana. Greetings, friend. You are welcome in the house of the Bleeding Rose. May the healing hands of Ilmathar lift your burdens and set your tortured soul at ease. Sister Kaliana, I presume. I was told you could provide with services of a healer. You have been informed correctly. As acting head of this temple, it is my privilege to bestow whatever aid I can upon those in need. No small task, I might add. What with all the troubles that plague this town of late. Acting head of this temple, who is normally in charge? Let me see. Up until a few weeks ago, Reverend Mother Eugenia presided over this house. Alas, she, like so many others in town, has gone missing and is presumed dead. Being the next highest ranking member of the clergy, I have assumed the duties of the head of this temple until either she or Reverend Brother Poquilin return. You mean to tell me your head priest was abducted? Okay, let's first read. The journal has been updated. We spoke with Sister Kaliana, the acting head priest of the Temple of Ilmathar in the Kaldahar. She assumed the role of the head priest of the temple ever since Mother Eugenia vanished a few weeks ago. Kaliana also mentioned that another member of Ilmathar clergy, a man named by a Brother Poquilin, passed through Kuldahar recently from all the way from Cormier and was going to try and get help from the monastery of the Whipping Liliac in Bryn Shanda. Kaliana fears he may have been abducted as well. Perhaps. We're not quite sure. She grew tired of standing by while the people around us were being snatched up in the night. So she decided to hold midnight vigil on the outskirts of town in hope that she might share in the suffering those taken. That was the last we saw of her. Her fate remains a mystery. You mentioned a Reverend Brother Poquilin? Who is he? Reverend Brother Poquilin is a visiting senior priest of Ilmathar. He passed through Kuldahar several days ago on pilgrimage to the monastery of Weeping Liliac in Bryn Shander. He traveled quite a ways, all the way from Cormier, I believe is what he said. He must be from those distant regions, for he bore a holy symbol of Ilmathar that was unfamiliar to me. In any case, he promised to return with aid once he reached Bryn Shanda. I hope he is alright. Fascinating. Now, about a healing, what aid can you offer? Okay, so first and foremost, it's the most important thing is to bring our friend back to the living. Raise dead. And I believe it starts costing more and more as we play and die down the line. So that's again gonna be a thing that's gonna prove problematic, considering that we waste a huge chunk of stuff. That's why you have to reload and save like a little whore. Okay, but that's okay. The situation in which Lester died was inevitable. But my problem is that I don't utilize the magic powers that Lester actually had. He had that fear thing. I could have utilized, well, curse thing that we could utilize against the goblins. We did choose that as a second ability for him. That was my mistake. That aside, we're gonna probably go and lie down somewhere. And that's gonna be it, right? I don't know about, again, donations. I don't really have much money to really, go for the donation and stuff, but hell's bells. Okay, moving on. We've done that, and of course, our good friend Lester healed himself a bit, I believe. So amazing, amazing. Lester is just an amazing creature of choice. Hey Lester, I believe Diego has some things for you, my friend. Your armor, your weapon of choice, and that's about it, I believe. Oh yeah, a little bit of healing potion, just because we are old friends, and we do like you. You're a good man, Lester. You're a good man. Okay, that aside, we can now go back. We've talked with people. We realize where the Temple of Ilmater is. Or is that I or L? Ilmater. I'm gonna call it Ilmater. Fuck it. Moving on. There is a brother of some name here. Brother Ferg. Greetings, weary traveler. Are you in need of aid? Has anyone ever told you that you look like a lot like Brother Gus, the priest inside? Oh yes, on enormous occasions. It is not really much of a coincidence considering that we are twins. Twins, eh? You even dress the same. How quaint. Yes, well, is there some way I may be of assistance to you, friend? Yes, I am stranger to this town, brother. Perhaps you could tell me what services I may find here. Of course. What service in particular do you seek? Well, I could use a drink. Oh, my friend, those that embrace the broken god needn't seek comfort at the bottom of a mug. However, those that wish to indulge in spirits are oft found on the root cellar, a small tavern directly to the west of here. Oh, spare me your dreary philosophies, priest. I'd say you and the rest of your horsehair shirt-wearing, self-flattering brethren could use a stiff drink or two, or tree, like a tree, not like three. As a servant of Ilmater, it is my lot to suffer the indignities and persecution of others. Your intolerance serves only to strengthen my faith. For that I thank you. Farewell. Farewell, brother. I don't know if there is like a good and bad stuff in this, and I don't think there is really an alignment to something. But we are a paladin, and what the paladin does, it helps people, and that's about it. But the point here is that we're going to be going to the inn. We're going to talk with a few people before we move on to our great adventure. And as we have finished everything in the Kaldahar Pass, there are only corpses left and things to sell. But before we go sell things, we're gonna go and talk with a few people. I believe this is the inn. It has a nice sign to it, so it probably is an inn. Who do we have to talk to? We have regular townsfolk. We have Amelia, Lisanne, and Whitecomb. 3 important people in this room.
At once.
Amelia, keep your damn horses stabled. I'll get to you in a... what's this? Some sort of magtery? Excuse me? Ha! I'm just surprised to see a new face in Kaldahar is all. Though I'd never see another customer. The pass buried in the snow as it is. You must be looking for something fierce to brave the winter's chills like that. Well, I'm looking for a meal if the kitchen's still open. Oh, if it's a meal you're after, tell that filthy goat-eat wine spider squatting behind the bar to stop drinking the stock and fire up the oven. But you'd best shout. He is too deep in his cups to hear you if you talk civilized-like. I may do that. Say, I'm part of an expedition from East Haven, looking for troubles in Kaldahar. I was wondering if you could help me. Oh, that's so. Well, we should all be blessed then. Our bone-carving neighbors from trudging through the drifts to make sure we're all right. What's East Haven worried about us for? We heard of strange events in the region. Goblins, orcs, and other humanoids seem to be gathering in East Haven and Kuldahar. Do you have any idea why? No, I don't. I mean, we've had our share of raiders before, but this year's been worse than any other I can recall. How so? Well, I've heard tell of raiders, goblins and the like, never seen in the past before. Folks, travelers have gone missing, and no one knows where. Lots of strange goings on, got a lot of folks worried. You might want to speak to Arundel. If his beard's any son, he's got a lot of knowing through his years. You can find him at the base of the great tree. He's his two-storied house to the south and west. I see. Okay. Where do you know where do you know where I can find a room for a where do you know night? Wink, wink. Well, you're in and out of luck. We don't have any rooms, but that pug-nosed knee-high at the evening shade, Aldwin, has some rooms for let. If you're interested. Better hope you have enough coin, though. I doubt pile of gold will be enough for that copper-clenching mole. I take it you don't like halflings. It's nothing to do with him being a half a man. If so, then most of the Kuldahar would be guilty. It's his manner, that ill-mannered excuse for a gunny sack, came into ownership of that inn recently, and it's a queer thing how he did it too. How so? Well, the previous innkeeper, Aiden, is one of the folks who've gone missing of late. Thing is, he's one of the only ones that seems to know he was going missing. 'Cause he left a claim on who to pass the inn on to in case he needed to be put to sleep with a shovel. Go on. Then, barely a day after he's gone, Alvin shows up like a winter wolf out of a fresh fallen snow with the claim in his paws and sets up shop. Pretty as you please. Well, Aiden could have just been looking ahead. People leave legacies and wills all the time. Well, I knew Aiden, and the fool was right enough fellow, but he had the palsy so bad he couldn't even write his own name, much less a claim. And that's even if he was in the know about this letter, which he wasn't. I see, interesting. Maybe I'll ask Alvin about the claim he has. In the meantime, where would I find a meal around here? Well. Amelia, your quest has been updated. Actually, your journal, but your quest has been updated. Amelia, a barmaid at the Kuldahar Tavern, mentioned that Alvin, a halfling, had taken over an ownership of the Evening Shade Inn when its previous owner vanished. Alvin presented a claim that seemed to indicate that Aiden knew he was going away, but according to Amelia, Aiden didn't know how to write. And even if he did, he was stricken with the palsy. We should look into this. Alvin may know what happened to the missing people. Okay, very well then. I will go speak to the barkeep. And of course, on to the next lady here. Welcome, traveler. May I be of a service to you? I would like to ask you some questions. I will help you if I can. What would you like to know? Who are you? I am Lyson, the barmaid. If I may be of service to you, you need but ask. What do you do here, Lyson? As I said, I'm a barmaid. I help take care of the customers, I serve food and drinks, chat with folks, and listen to what they have to say. You learn a lot if you take the time to listen. Have you heard any rumors you can share with me? Well, I hear tales. Folks have been talking about the recent avalanche, the haunted whale, missing folks, the monsters, and Arundel. What are they saying about the avalanche? I hear it was a bad one. The pass out of the valley has been blocked and won't be open again until, who knows when. Some folks are trapped here and no one too happy about it. Not much that can be done though. Just wait for the spring and see if it clears enough for travel. You mentioned an haunted whale? Veil? Whale. It's not the whale. Demon, it's not the whale. Can you tell me about it? Most folk call it the Veil of Shadows. It's always dark there, like twilight or a moonlit night. Anyway, there are those who say spirits of the dead wander the veil. Folks don't go there anymore. They're afraid to. Maybe someone should do something about it. You okay? Who is this Arundel you mentioned? Arundel, he's the local sage or hermit. I don't know rightly what to call him. Folk have a lot of respect for him though. Anyway, I guess he's taken an interest in a lot of the goings on around here of late. He's been seen out and about more than is usual for him. That's all I know. Okay, did you say something about missing people earlier? Aye, folks have been vanishing without trace. I recall something about a man's wife's gone missing. He packed up and left his home and all to go to find her. Another is the Smithy's young son. You might want to talk to him if you have an interest. I believe you said monsters were a concern. Are they a problem here? A sore subject, that one is. It seems they're on the rise lately. More monsters are spotted in the surrounding countryside every day. Orcs, goblins, you know, the like. It has people worried. Okay, let me ask you something else. What do you know about Kuldahar? I don't rightly know what to say about Kuldahar. It's a bit of a wonder, I'll give you that. The only thing that allows the town to survive is the great tree and the warmth it provides. It doesn't seem right somehow. Not right, what do you mean by that? Oh, nothing really. I'm just awed by the tree and all. Do you have more questions? No, I think not. Farewell. So the only person we are left with to talk is with the barkeep. So we're gonna talk with the barman. The bar boy. Barman. Whitecomb. Well now, seems the past caught up one more straggler. Welcome to the root cellar, stranger. Name's Whitecomb. What's your pleasure? A drink? Something from the kitchen? A drink would be welcome, yes. Ooh, there are actually drinks. You know, usually you get rumors that way, right? If you buy a drink, you get a rumor or something. Well, that's a crossed wine. You know? Yeah. Gimme. Yeah, that's okay. There you go. Amazing. Frost wine for the win. Amelia, one of your barmaids, said I should ask you for a meal. Ha! I strongly doubt she said it as politely as that. How brassy one she is. Her tongue could cut firewood, and it will if she keeps up her chatter. But never you mind. I can set you up with a meal that's to your liking. Just name your pleasure. Your barmaid, Lyson, is quite pleasant and talkative. Oh, do you fancy her? Ah, yeah, she's easy on the eye, she is. But a little too much of a winter chill in her to my liking, friend. And we just had one, look, yeah! I can't say I haven't tried to thaw her out a little. But she could keep an ogre at bay with those eyes of hers. She came here a few months ago, and she works hard, so I'm not complaining. Okay. Could I see your bill of fare? Okay, that's about it, right? That's about it. Oh, well, that's done. Thank you for the beautiful conversation, guys. Amazing stuff. Just amazing. Next thing is the sell stuff.
Of course.
We're gonna go and sell all the equipment we got from all the troubles we had with the goblins, specifically goblins. But I believe the thing with the headache the people are having, or should I say the monsters are having, not really the people. They're being lured by some evil stone of sorcery, right? So we have to find the sword of sorcery or something like that, right? Is it a stone or is it a man? Or a manly man? I do not know. Let's get inside and see what the fudge is happening. Okay, hello my friend, I need to sell certain things. Okay, we won't purchase anything, but we will sell a lot of stuff. And as per usual, small shield will always go for a nice sell. Okay, that's done. Short bow, dagger, short bow, dagger. We have a short bow, dagger, a dagger, and a medium shield. Sell. Excellent. Short bow. So I missed the short bow. Warhammer is gonna stay there forever, by the way. Just saying, because it's amazing. It's amazing to have a short bow and a Warhammer. Why not? Who are you to judge other people, huh? Who are you? Nobody. Shut up. Now, throwing axe, sell for 1 GP. Nobody's even utilizing the damn thing, and that's it. We actually sold everything. Now the point is to go rest a bit and then GTFO towards the monsters again. And actually we're gonna be talking to people, not really GTFOing to monsters, because there's no point to it. And I believe we have one thing to, yes, we have something to identify. Oh, the flight arrow, as its name implies, is built for distance. These are lightweight arrows and are often used for hunting. Most of these arrows are made of ash or birch and are 30 or 40 inches long. So we get an attack of +1 and damage 1d6 +1 missile, right? Good stuff. Good stuff. Okay, let's give that to Diego. Diego knows what to do with these. He knows what to do with these. Excellent stuff. Excellent stuff. Okay, let me see. We're gonna just find every single arrow that we have and give to Diego. Because arrows are cool. And Diego knows this. Wow, holy shit, we have a lot of arrows. You know, screw bolts and all that, but we have a lot of arrows. And I have just a crossbow that nobody will ever use. Like, America? Fuck yeah. Okay, there you go. Amazing stuff. I believe I have to choose which one he will utilize first, right? Yeah, there you go. Nope, cancel, thank you. No, thank you. Okay, we're gonna leave it on the regular arrows for now until we really find an opponent that really needs this +1 arrows and stuff. I'm fine with that, to be honest. You can't utilize that. Okay, what are you? Protection from petrification, right magic. I definitely need that. I mean, the sleep magic is also great. I'm probably gonna just write all these damnable stuff, like Hell's Bells, right? Right, alright, excellent. Amazing stuff. You know, learning all this, learning how to utilize the magic system in these D&D games, it's always fun. I mean, it's not like it's my really first time. I mean, I play with certain magic characters. I usually just don't give too much. I don't have much of an opinion on the magic characters. In most things that I hear, they're OP as fuck. So there. Okay, so the next thing is we're gonna be going into that Alderall. What's your name, my friend? Arundel's home, and find out what the hell is actually happening in this place of power, as it definitely has its own issues, and we have no idea what the fudge is happening. We did send a kid back to the temple of Elmathar, or whatever man the name is. So there you go.
Welcome. I've been expecting you for some time now.
Expecting us? How is that possible? We only just recently arrived in town.
Yes, well, bad news travels upon swift wings in these mountains. I know about your expedition from Easthaven. I know why you are here, for it was I who sent for you.
Excuse me for that. Okay, you sent for us. I don't understand.
I am Arundel, known to some as the Archdruid of Kuldahar. Though I invite you to dispense with the formalities and just call me Arundel, plain and simple. Titles tend only to serve one's own vanity and aren't really of much use in this small mountain community.
Very well. Tell me, Arundel. Do you know anything about the reports of disturbances in these mountains?
Yes. It was I who sent Hallister to Easthaven for help. His death weighs heavily upon my conscience. For not only was he a student of mine, but he was also a friend and trusted companion. He will be missed, as will Rothgar and the other members of your expedition.
You know about the avalanche?
Oh yes, I know. I also know that it was no accident. Someone or something did not want your party to reach Kuldahar alive.
Tell me, Arundel, what troubles this town?
There are malevolent forces at work in these mountains. Forces that seek to undermine the delicate balance we druids have struggled to preserve for centuries.
Malevolent forces. Could you be more specific?
Oh, would that I could. The face of the evil remains hidden, but its presence is unmistakable. All about us, there are signs of its damaging influence on the balance. The unnatural weather, the recent rash of abductions, the numerous monster sightings in the pass. These all point towards something sinister. Even the animals sense something is amiss.
Can you tell me more about these disturbances?
I can only tell you of what little I know. Which disturbances would you have me speak of?
Tell me about natural weather.
The weather in these mountains has always been harsh, but never like this. Fierce storms ravage the valley without warning, often lasting for several days at a time, before vanishing as quickly as they come. It is barely midway into leafall, and yet the pass to the south has been snowed in entirely. Weather such as this is most unnatural. Nature presents itself in cycles that are predictable by those who know what to look for.
Okay, let's see.
I can only tell you of what little I know. Which disturbances would you have me speak of?
Tell me about the recent rash of abductions.
Oh, yes. Terrible, terrible. At first, there were tales told by travelers of companions disappearing into the night, snatched up from their bedrolls as they camped along the narrow trail that winds through the pass. We did not think much of these tales, for such occurrences are not unheard of in these mountains. Then one night, Conman's boy, Sheemish, went missing. The next morning, the whole town searched for the boy, but turned up nothing. He was just gone, vanished, without a trace.
That is strange indeed.
The boy was just the first. Several nights later, another disappeared, Megan Potts, the local midwife. Her husband, Khalil, was grief-stricken to the point of madness. With barely a word to anyone, he snatched up his sword and marched off into the darkness after his wife. No one has heard from him since. And now, the abductions are occurring more frequently. Iden, the old innkeeper from the Evening Shade, was taken only 3 days ago. I can only tell you of what little I know. Which disturbances would you have me speak of?
Tell me about something about the monster sightings.
As I'm sure you have noticed by now, there seems to be quite a few goblins about. It is not usual to see so many of their kind roaming the mountains so late in the year. It is almost as something has drawn them out of their holes, like carrion birds drawn to the scent of death. As if the goblins weren't enough, several giants have been spotted moving through the pass in groups as large as 10. That many giants traveling together in such numbers indicates they are organized and are acting with a singular purpose. I have watched their activities closely. Their tracks trace a deliberate pattern through the mountains, almost as if they were on patrol. Another thing, while I was out scouting the giants, I discovered other sets of tracks I have never encountered before. What manner of beast made them? I could not say.
You spoke of balance. What sort of balance are you talking about?
The balance. It is what the druids of Kuldahar hold sacred and have worked to preserve for generations. It is all around us. It is us.
Mm-hmm.
Balance is the harmony that is achieved when man and nature learn to coexist, no longer contending with one another, but coming together as two parts of a whole.
You really take this nature thing seriously, don't you?
Balance is the belief that this town is built upon, the very reason for its existence. Druids of Sylvanus, the Oak Father, have tended this shrine since the beginning. For hundreds of years, we have striven to achieve the ideal balance between man and nature. When settlers finally came to this pass, it was the Archdruid Tolban, my predecessor, who laid the foundation for the relationship that led to the birth of this community.
Shrine? What shrine are you talking
The
about?
great oak. The massive tree that stands above us, around us. It is a holy shrine to Sylvanas, for it was he who planted its seed when Faerun was first born. It is a testament to the raw power of nature, a monument to its ability to thrive in the face of adversity.
Indeed, considering this is all snow and stuff. And still be nice and sexy looking.
Thanks to Tolban, the great oak we druids called the Kuldahar, and the town that has come to be known by the same name, have together become a monument of even greater significance. A monument to the balance.
Who is this Stolben?
Tolban was the catalyst for the transformation of the shrine from a sacred grove to a thriving community in which man and nature exist as one. At first, settlers were kept away from this site. The druids of old saw outsiders as an affront to the sanctity of the tree and its sphere of benign influence.
Understandable.
They erected thorny brambles to keep intruders out, and used their powers to frighten away the men and women that came to build homes in a place they felt was obviously so close to the gods. It wasn't until the succession of Archdruid Tolban that things changed. Unlike his predecessors, he believed that the settlement of the valley was not only inevitable, but it was actually the will of Sylvanas. He also believed that we had been wrong in keeping the settlers away, and that the Oak Father had intended people to share in the miracle of the Great Oak from the beginning. When Tolban finally became Archdruid, he formed a plan to fulfill the destiny of this sacred site by bringing about a union between the Great Oak Shrine and the settlers. It was this union that the Archdruid Tolban believed would achieve the harmony that we had been striving for generations. The harmony between man and nature. As it stands, Kuldahar is a monument to this vision. The tree and town exist in a natural symbiosis, where it is next to impossible to tell where one leaves off and the other begins. But now, the balance is threatened.
Okay, let's see what exactly he has else to say.
I can only tell you of what little I know, I fear that if we do not soon discover the source of these disturbances, then all that we have worked for will be destroyed. The evil that has come to these mountains infects this town like a disease. As its people suffer, so does the tree suffer from the sickness that attacks the balance, corrupting it with its very presence. Already, the circle of warmth that radiates from the great oak has begun to recede.
Ah, yes, indeed.
We were forced to abandon the outlying farmsteads as a result of the shrine's fading power. If we do not take action soon, I am afraid that the life-giving warmth will cease altogether.
I wonder when you finish the first Icewind Dale and then the second Icewind, when you come back here, if you come back here, how easy this looks so different, considering that, you know, if everything goes back to normal and you see farmsteads and all that still thriving again and all that. It's all again depending on when the Icewind Dale 2 is. Like, is it that complete continuation, or is it almost like a prequel to this, even though it has a number 2 on it?
Both the great oak and the town, nestled within its roots, will die. This must not happen. We need your help.
Very well. Together we shall root out this evil that threatens this town. What must we do?
I suggest you begin by investigating the Vale of Shadows. It is a place not far from here. Darkness has always clung to the floor of the small canyon, as if the light of the sun itself were wary of the place. There are a number of ancient crypts hidden within the shadows of the Vale's narrow cliff walls. There have been rumors of the dead awakening and emerging from their dusty tombs to walk once more amongst men. If these rumors are true, then I suspect that whatever is responsible for disturbing their slumber may be behind the other disturbances as well. Go to the Vale of Shadows, learn what you can about the happenings there, then return here and we shall discuss a course of action. Good luck, and farewell.
Okay, so we learned a lot, definitely a lot, and I'm liking it, because again, as I said, this combination, you know, of ice and darkness, it's just so magical. Okay, your journal has been updated. We finally spoke with Tarundel, the Archdruid of Kuldahar. The old man explained why he has sent for help from East Haven. It seemed there are evil forces stirring in the mountains nearby. He believes this evil is somehow affecting the weather in the pass, causing the ring of warmth that centers around Kuldahar's great oak to slowly shrink. He also believes that the evil is behind the numerous monster sightings and the mysterious abductions about the town. We have agreed to help discover the source of evil by investing in a nearby vale. Apparently, there have been rumors of undead stirring within some ancient crypts located within this Vale of Shadows. We are to travel to the Vale, discover if there is connection between the undead and the disturbances in Kuldahar, and then return to Arundel with whatever information we find. And Diego, you fail in Shadows. And yeah, amazing stuff. Well, I'm gonna end here, guys. I know it's a little bit long, or it's not long. I don't know how to go with these videos. It's amazing stuff. I wish you the very best. Next time we talk more, we go to Vale of Shadows. The good stuff. We're gonna rest, of course, before we go to Vale of Shadows. I may go back and get all the equipment, sell what's left of that, right? And all the good stuff. We'll see how that's gonna go. It's gonna go take slow and steadily. I wish you the very best, as always. Take care of yourselves, and next time, more awesome.